the first time today, we're hearing from the two people who were allegedly targeted in a headline-grabbing murder-for-hire plot. They took the stand today in the trial of Leon Jacob, and it turned out to be quite an emotional day in court. Our Stephanie Whitfield was there for the testimony. Stephanie?
Yeah, it was very emotional because they believe the people they once loved paid to have them killed. But they said one of the most traumatizing parts of all this was working with investigators because they had to pose for pictures to make it look like the jobs had been carried out. During the third day of trial, prosecutors played audio recordings of defendant Leon Jacob talking to an undercover officer posing as a hitman.
She's gone, all this goes away.
She is Meghan Verikas, Jacob's ex-girlfriend. He was charged with assaulting her in the spring of last year.
I believe I changed my phone number a few days later, but he was calling, texting.
On the witness stand, Verikas described the behavior that led her to file a restraining order.
Some days it took me multiple hours to get home because I felt like I was being followed. I had my vehicle checked for devices that could be tracked.
The defense, on the other hand, argues Jacob loved his ex-girlfriend, introducing text messages and emails to prove that.
It says subject, I love us, and it's from Leon, and the email address is leonlovesmeganv@gmail.com.
But prosecutors say those feelings of love turned into anger in March of last year. Jacob had started dating veterinarian Valerie McDaniel. In court, the undercover officer testified both talked to him about dealing with their exes. The targets of the alleged plot even worked with investigators staging their own kidnapping and murder.
I had sat in that parking lot for an extended period of time, so I was crying and really upset.
If they would have been successful, Natalie would have not had any parents.
Keep in mind, we've only heard the state side of the story so far. Soon we'll hear from the defense, and they've already pointed out that Leon Jacob repeatedly says in the recordings that he wants his ex-girlfriend out of Houston and that he'd prefer no harm come to her, Len.
All right, we'll see how that plays out. Stephanie, thank you for what's going on in court today.